Hey everybody, it's Regan Sample, your Longmont Realtor, and today I'm with Gary Hodges. He's one of the candidates running for City Council at large. This year is a special election. There's 3 people running, and I've offered them all 10 minutes to come in, talk to us, talk to the residents about themselves and why they're running. So thanks for taking time to do that, Gary. I'm gonna go ahead and get our timers ready to go here in just a second. Like I said, everyone's got 10 minutes. And so go ahead, tell us about you and why you're running for council.
All right, thank you, Reagan. I appreciate it. Thanks for everybody for watching the video. So my name is Gary Hodges. I'm running for that special election Reagan just mentioned. I've lived in Longmont for 25 years. I've been married for 28. I have a daughter and a son. Both went to CSU. The daughter teaches in public schools in Longmont. She's married, her husband teaches in public schools, and actually my son's still at CSU studying mechanical engineering.
Oh, cool.
So the 25 years I've been out here, I've been employed by the University of Colorado, and I work with the National Oceanic Atmospheric Administration. My career is under the general umbrella of atmospheric science, and under that umbrella, I'm an expert on surface radiation budget measurements. So that's, in a nutshell, that's my career and who I am. And
cool.
Was the follow-up why I'm running?
Yeah, why are you running for council?
Okay, so thanks. So, well, I've been interested in running for city council for a number of years. I spent 7 years on Longmont's Traffic Advisory Board. That was a lot of fun, had a good time on there, and got some valuable things done while I was on there. Gave me a little taste of how the city operates,
Sure.
And I've been thinking about it all along. And this time around, it just kind of felt right to jump in. I was hopeful that there would be some moment in time where I'd like, okay, now it's perfect. And this year, I was kind of looking at it again, and I realized, look, there's never going to be a perfect time. You got to just kind of jump in with both feet and give it a shot.
Sure.
So that's what I'm doing. Let me follow up. I just want to say thank you. Sorry about that. I just have so much admiration for our founding fathers of this, the Chicago Klan and the things they've done. And, just to follow in their footsteps, if I'm fortunate enough to be elected, would be a real honor.
Oh, nice. So I think that is a good lead into the next thing I wanted to ask you is, what do you see as the biggest challenge or biggest challenges facing the city right now?
So when I first started to run, I guess I had this idea that I could just describe myself and hey, this is who I am, this is my background, and that might be enough because issues come and go.
Sure.
And what issues are down the line are not necessarily what's going to be today. And so I thought, if I can just stay away from the issues, that might be helpful. But I guess intellectually I knew that wasn't really going to be a possibility. And another thing that really pushed me over the edge was the vagrancy issue that we've got in this city, and just how it's really exploded over the last few years. So I've spent a good bit of time learning about it by walking door to door. I've talked to probably at least half the businesses north of 17th Avenue on both sides of Main Street. And let me tell you, it's just been a trail of suffering that I've been learning about. I go to one business and they tell me about what's going on. They're like, oh, you really ought to go talk over here, talk to this woman over here.
Sure.
And I go talk to her and she's like, oh my gosh, yes, this is happening. But you really need to go talk to this guy, and each time it's just enlightening more and more. And the scale and depth and the magnitude of this problem and the impact it's having on our businesses and on the community is just beyond anything I imagined it was. I mean, I really thought it was mostly an aesthetic issue, but no, that was completely wrong. The depths that I'm finding that this is extending to. I spent a lot of time knocking on doors near North Main. People are suffering. There's a woman I spoke with. She lives on Gay Street. She's a single mother, 2 teenage boys, and she does not have a car. She has to walk to King Soopers to get her groceries.
Sure.
And the frightening encounters that she's described, not just one. And I was asking her, I said, look, when you say a frightening encounter, do you mean like, oh, I saw something that seemed a little scary or made me nervous? She said, no, I'm talking face to face, in my face, several times, really scary. So, I'm talking to the businesses, blown away. Fentanyl is being smoked in bathrooms. I guess, I hear about that in other cities. It's happening here in Longmont. Wow. Drug overdoses, theft, rampant theft. I mean, everybody's dealing with it. I go and talk to the hardware stores, places that I didn't really think would be much of an issue. And they're like, oh, it's horrible. They're coming in here and grabbing, valuable small items. And after they mentioned it, I was like, well, of course, right? They can go in here and grab a power drill or something and get out and sell it pretty easily and to fund their drug habit. So I could go on, and it's a sad situation. And we're to a point that really difficult decisions need to be made, and we need to make some winners out there. Right now, everybody's a loser. Businesses are losers. Property owners are losers. Homeowners are losers. Look, if you don't live near North Main or one of the other problem areas, and you just are going about your life, mowing your lawn, going to the store for groceries, maybe going to the movies, you are not aware of the depth of this problem. It is massive, and if we don't do something about it, the outcome is going to be not good. It's not good now, and it's only getting worse.
So I think that's leading me right into the next question I have for you is, let's just assume election day comes and goes, and you are the next council member at large. What can the residents of Longmont expect from you as a council person?
Well, a different point of view. I've been watching a lot of council meetings. I see a lot of unanimous votes. I'm just going to give you a few quick examples of things that I would have voted against. Doesn't mean I'm against everything. I'm not going to be someone in there that's just out to not get along and not support good items. But the recent issue, the photo sound enforcement test, I would not have voted for. I had a guest opinion piece while I was on tab opposing that when it was talked about during my time on Transportation Board. The recent resolution against nuclear war, nuclear weapons, whatever that was. Who wants nuclear war? Okay, nobody wants nuclear war, but this is not a topic that's suitable for city council. It's there's more important local issues that we should be dealing with. So I would have voted against. Going back a couple of years when council voted on the 20-year vision that starts out something like in 20 years, every child in Longmont will be fortunate to be born here. It's going to be the best village in the world to be born, and a lot of other stuff.
Sure.
I wouldn't have supported that wording, not because it's so overtly silly and over the top with its over the top idealism, but it makes a really fundamental flaw, and that is it assumes that in a given time period with enough hard work, we can reach a point where we live happily ever after. It's just not reality. It's not how the world works. In 20 years, undoubtedly, Longmont is going to be facing some of the same issues that we're facing today.
Sure.
There will be new ones that present themselves along the way. There will be a constant struggle. People are going to be butting heads. We're going to be debating stuff. We're going to be arguing about the direction of the city and what we should be doing. And just this idea that we're going to reach some point where, now we coast and everything's wonderful. So I would have liked to have seen a more process-oriented statement that maybe did away with the time frame and just say, look, starting today, we're going to strive to have a community where businesses want to relocate to, where they want to start, because we're stripping red tape. That we understand that happiness derives in a large part through the safety of our person and our property, and so we'll adequately fund a well-trained police force. Where we respect property rights, the right to develop with minimal input from the city. Minimal top-down dictation of what business will be where, and you can develop it like this, but not like this.
Sure.
So that's how I'll have some differences.
There you go. So we've talked about some of the issues and things that are kind of going wrong or problems. What is it that you like most about Longmont? You've been here for over 2 decades.
I can sum it up pretty quickly, and it's really, Longmont is an authentic city. It's a real city. When I was wrapping up, after I actually wrapped up my master's degree at Florida State University, my major professor, he got his PhD at CSU, and I told him, I said, I've accepted a job with CU, and he goes, just move to Longmont. He goes, I'm telling you, he goes, I've been out there a long time. There's a lot of places you can live. Longmont's a real place. It's a real city. And he was right. So we drove out here with driving a car in a big box truck, and we checked into the Super 8 on Main and 66, spent a week looking for apartments, moved into what was once the Orchards at 66 and Hover, and then about a year later we bought our house, and that's where we've been for 25 years. So it's not a manufactured city. It's a real city. It's authentic. It's got a great history, our Chicago clan. To be able to follow in their footsteps. How many people were in Longmont at the time? 100, 200, 500, 1,000? I don't know. They secured water rights. Now we got a city of 100,000, give or take 1,000. We got an annual budget around $400,000, and we still have plenty of water. And I mean, so
Sure.
what an honor it would be to be able to just contribute something to what they set up back then.
Hey, there you go. Fantastic. Well, it's actually pretty well timed because we are on our last couple of seconds here.
Thanks, everybody, and I appreciate it. Have a good day.
And thanks again for taking the time to talk to us. So Gary Hodges, one of the 3 candidates for City Council at Large.
Thank you. Thank you, Regan.
Yeah, you got it.
All right, appreciate it.